You know, it's a enthusiastic team. When you've got that much youth, it's a very exuberant group, and it was certainly reflected that way yesterday by the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, Jim Harbaugh. When we spoke with him yesterday, he was fired up, not only for this team, but for this game. There's the coach. And as we were talking with him yesterday, I don't know how many times he got up and demonstrated different things for us. I thought one of us, and it would have likely been me, was going to get tackled during that thing.
You know, I think Jim has been reinvigorated by the youth of this team. I think he sees the potential of it. I think he gets excited about it because strip everything away from Jim, he's still a competitive sucker, man. He loves to compete, and he sees that same quality in his young team.
Air Force won the toss. They elected to defer. So Michigan is going to start with the football. Kekoa Crawford waiting deep for the Wolverines. Luke Strable will kick it off for Air Force. Touchback for Michigan. Good kickoff for Strable. And now the Wolverines making their way onto the field. And as Matt mentioned, Wilton Speight has heard his fair share of criticism. Well, at least it's been out there. Not sure he's heard it, but when he's at home, he's very much at home. Look at those numbers in home games for Wilton Speight. 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Normally, that's going to work for you.
Oh, that'll work for you. He just needs to calm down and just go through the fundamentals of his position. He knows what they are. Just keep his mind in the game. He'll be fine.
Crawford to the top of your screen. Tariq Black to the bottom. Speight on first down. Good pocket. Looking up top. Looking for Crawford in the pass. Incomplete. Coverage out there by Robert Bullard, the 5'9" junior corner, and it's second down.
Nice job by Bullard in that coverage. Stayed right on top of it, stayed on the hip where he had to be. Now, the first thing you noticed was that you had outstanding coverage, and he used the sideline as his help. That's smart, good football.
That's one thing you can normally say when you've got a team like Air Force out there. Smart football usually comes into play. Speight with pressure coming, dumps it to Isaac, and a good open field tackle by Shaquille Vereen. The pressure coming from Garrett Coppola from the secondary. Speight got rid of it, and Vereen made the stop.
Yeah, Coppola came free. Vereen did a really nice job. Open field tackle. And so when you do that, what you have to do is give him something and take something away. Vereen did it perfectly. He gave him the outside. He took the inside away, forced him to go one way, made the tackle. Big third down right here.
Four-man pressure. Speight to the sideline. Tariq Black is there to make the catch and get the first down.
Good coverage, but more important, excellent protection. Speight had a chance to view the field, go back to the left side. Let's see if he gets 1 foot down. There's the control, there's the foot. That's a good catch. There's the control. There's the foot. That's a first.
Michigan going with an extra lineman. Cesar Ruiz, the true freshman, wearing number 96 at the bottom end of that offensive line. Here's Isaac. Big hole. Isaac to the sideline, trying to turn on the speed. Isaac inside the 20, all the way home for the touchdown. I believe as Ty Isaac made his way down there, they're saying he stepped out of bounds at the 30-yard line, Matt. That is not a touchdown. He is out at the 30.
And he's out of breath at the 30 right now, too. Let's see exactly where that foot gets him. Right there. Good call by the official. Look, see the official standing right there. His eyes right on the line. That's a great job of officiating.
Chris Evans now in at tailback. And Evans down to the 26-yard line. A pickup of 4. Ross on the tackle.
Yeah, that's more about what I thought we'd see here. They come out throwing the football. I think that's for Wilton Spate's advantage, just to kind of give him a little bit of, get his feet under him. But if you look at the difference in size of these teams, it's not even close. This Michigan offensive line just should physically dominate this front.
Evans on the toss.
Oh, nice hit.
And Evans with the first down. Jack Floor on the stop as we check out today's Auto Owners Insurance Impact players.
Well, we've already seen Ty Isaac and what he's capable of, especially when he gets that kind of blocking. Grant Perry has some big plays in him. They'll need that. Grant Ross, watch him, number 44 in the middle of that defense. Very active. Good tackle.
Third down and 1. Khalid Hill, the fullback, with the carry and a first down to the Air Force 18.
So Air Force up front is not very big. I mean, they're kind of on the small side. So to make up for that, what happens is you'll see them slanting and giving a lot of movement and that type of thing. And what ends up happening is sometimes you get them for a 1-yard gain, a 1-yard loss, and sometimes you give up the big run. You get caught.
On first down from the 18. Spate to Perry, incomplete at the 5.
And that's on Spate. He needs to hit that one. Perry's wide open. He's run away from coverage. All you have to do is just be a little more accurate with that ball. I like what Perry's done here. It's early in the season, obviously, game number 3. But his run after catch and his make you miss ability when the ball's in his hands, that's impressive. He's fun to watch.
Out all off season, back in this year, and not only has made an impact as a receiver, but had to step in as a punt returner a week ago. 2nd and 10 at the 18. Karan Higdon with the carry. Not much room this time up the middle to the 16. Santo Coppola, big man on the end, was there to crash down and make the play.
Yeah, so remember I told you, it's feast or famine sometimes with this defense, and here's why. You're going to watch all these guys blitzing. See all the inside here? And so they're taking away, and they're covering every single gap. So you're going to have to get 8 men up into the line of scrimmage. And sometimes that works, like right there. Sometimes they gash you.
It's been a struggle early in the year for Michigan in the red zone. Now a 3rd and 9 at the 17. Spate with backside pressure coming. Hit as he throws for Perry, a little too tall, and it's incomplete. Matt Evans was right on the doorstep of Wilton Spate as he got rid of that one. And once again, Michigan bogs down inside the 20-yard line and has to try a field goal. They've had 7 trips now to the red zone, Matt, only 1 touchdown.
Well, Evans came clean. That needs to be accounted for. It wasn't accounted for. Spate felt it. He rushed himself a little bit, and that result is his field goal attempt.
Quinn Nordine, 35-yard try. And Nordine gives Michigan the 3-0 lead. By a toenail, they missed a touchdown on the sidelines. They'll settle for 3. Ready to kick it off. 6 of his 7 kickoffs were touchbacks a week ago. This one hanging up a bit for McVay from the 3-yard line. McVay to the 15, and McVay not going to get to the 20-yard line. Good coverage downfield. Ben Mason leading the way for the Wolverines. And the Falcons of Air Force are going to start deep in their own end here. Their first possession of the afternoon, and out comes Arion Worthman, the junior quarterback out of Normal, Illinois. Worthman, the only active FBS quarterback with 5 or more starts and no losses. 6-0 after taking over for Nate Romine last year at the starting quarterback spot. from the 17 on first down. Toss play to the outside, looking for room is Cleveland, and Cleveland hit hard as he gets to the sideline at the 22, popped by Josh Metellus after a 5-yard gain.
Tim, that was a good hit. You could hear that all the way up here. Take a listen. Nice. Good clean hit. Ran half the field and brought all of it.
And there's movement up front. It was Hurst who moved as McVay moved. Now, we saw this last week in the Wisconsin game. There was a flinch by the center that prompted movement. Our officiating crew, led by referee Mike Cannon, will tell us if that happened here.
Offside with contact. Defense number 73. 5-yard penalty. That results in a first down.
Troy Calhoun, the 11th year head coach at Air Force, had a great conversation with him leading up to this game. He really likes his team, although he's not quite sure what he's got yet as a team. We talked about the youth of Michigan. Air Force had to replace almost everyone. And pushing forward to the 30-yard line on first down. Just a pickup of 2 for Parker Wilson. Hurst in there to make the stop.
Maurice Hurst, number 73. is going to be one of the main keys to this run game all game long. They know they have a hard time blocking. He's quick off the ball. He has great hands. He knows how to disengage really well. And in the triple option, they don't run it all the time. But when they do, Hurst is the guy they have to get blocked.
Talking with Don Brown, defensive coordinator of Michigan yesterday, said we've been working on that option since the spring. We worked on it in Rome. We worked on it in the spring. They've been getting ready for it. It's not an easy thing to prepare for. Short side option here, and Worthman takes it to the 33, a pickup of 3. Long and Winovich on the stop.
So let me tell you something a little bit about option football. So you can get in an option set and not run the option. There's a speed option where you just forget the dive and you just get right to the edge. There's that short field option like we just talked about. And then there's also the triple. Sometimes it's predetermined, they're just going to hand it off. They want to see how you're handling it. And then other times they run the full option. So as a defense, you must maintain discipline. It's imperative.
Harder to do with a group of young guys who've not seen it before?
Yeah, Donnie Brown's, he's played 5 games already before this game.
Worthman trying to find the edge. He won't get there. Well defended. David Long was the first man there coming up from the corner spot.
And he would be the pitch guy. And he would be the second pitch guy. You should really have 1.5 guys on everything. But this is what we're talking about with discipline. See Mo Hurst on the inside. You're forcing everything wide. You want that ball to be thrown to the outside, and then your corner has to tackle. Well done by Long.
You mentioned Michigan had played 4 games before this one. Don Brown was telling us they went through 263 snaps at practice on Tuesday and Wednesday combined. Just getting ready for this.
That's 4 games right there.
Peoples-Jones back on punt return after some issues a week ago. Makes a good, clean, fair catch at the 24.
Hear the crowd, they're cheering. He caught it.
They appreciate every aspect of football here at the Big House. They love a fair catch when they're up 3-0. You like you treat you. Fall's coming, but it feels like summer right now in Ann Arbor. It is a warm day as Michigan starts its second offensive possession of the afternoon from the 24-yard line. Spate on first down to Isaac. And Isaac tripped up across the 30 by Jack Floor. Pickup of 7 on the play, and it'll bring up second down and short.
Now, one of the kids that I really enjoy watching on film is their nose tackle, 95, Cody Gessler. Not a big guy. 5'11", 260, 265. Plays with great leverage, good toughness, and quickness. They move him around a lot in there. He plays smart football. You don't really see him get blown off the ball very much. He's always in the middle of things.
McCune motioning out of the backfield. Isaac the carry on second down. Good patience by Isaac. Just near the marker at the 34-yard line. Looks to be a shade short as Matt Evans and Jamel Sanders tripped him up.
Yeah. So this is one of the things. You want to be able to take a guy like Gessler and handle him single-handedly. But he plays with such a great motor that you can't. And so that's a combination block regardless, but he forces that guard to stay on top of him and works down the line. A tough little sucker. He probably wouldn't like that, but he is.
I'm not going to tell him that. You can tell him that.
I will. I like watching him play. I like his game.
On 3rd and short, Isaac the carry again, and Isaac tripped up with a first down at the 35. Santo Coppola was there, and now Michigan 3 for 4 on 3rd down, moves the chains.
And they're running right at, they think they have an advantage of size. They're running right at Gessler on the inside. He's the smallest guy. They're going to try to get big people on a small guy. He holds the point really well. Now, we'll check in on him on the 3rd and 4th quarter.
I was going to say, how much does this approach pay dividends as this game on a warm day wears on? Coach Trevno up in the press box, looking on 1st and 10 at the 35. Evans, the ball carrier. And Evans fumbles the football. Recovered by Air Force. Robert Bullard pounces on it at the Michigan 44.
Let's see if his knee was down or the ball was coming out before he hit.
Garrett Coppola's the guy who hit it.
Yeah, that is not in control as he's going to the ground. The ball starts to come out. Before that knee is, see, the ball's already coming out. They're going to call out a fumble.
Mike Pereira, our replay official, is busily taking notes if he's needed on that one, but they're not going to need to look at that one. That ball popping out, Air Force ball at the 44. Worthman thought about the pitch. He didn't have a lane to pitch, and he's down at the 42. Josh Metellus is there.
This is a young group. Metellus is another one of those young guys. First-year starter. He's really been playing. These first 2 games, he's played very well. He's showed up with a good attitude, and he has just been wherever the ball is. This has been a fun young team to watch.
Second and 8, Worthman again. Fakes the pitch, and Worthman down to the 37 as we go down to Michelle McMahon.
In the inexperience of this Michigan defense, and Tyree Kennel told me before this, we're young, but we can hang with anyone. I asked him, where did that chip on their shoulder come from? He said a lot of it was from social media in the offseason. We heard people in the offseason after a 10-plus win season, and we wanted to play like we have a point to prove, guys.
A lot of first-time starters on both sides of the ball. 10 first-time starters on the defensive side. And that social media, will get you if you pay attention to it.
Yeah, so will 3rd down if they're not disciplined.
3rd and 3. Working up the middle, nowhere to go. Mike McCray. We showed you the new starters. There's the returning starter.
Yeah, and he read that perfectly. Look, in a triple option, and this was just going to be the dive, the first part of that option. And so it looks like they're going to stay and try to go for it here. But you have to handle that first. If you don't take away the first piece of it, it'll eat you alive. And they're going for it here on 4th down.
4th and 1, and it's a long one, Matt. The ball's not quite to the 35-yard line.
Let's see if they don't take Worthman and get him on the edge. Give him an option. They've been running to that short side of the field.
Crowd making it hard on Arion Worthman. Almost tripped up, fakes the pitch, leans forward. It's going to be close, but Metellus was there again, and I'm not sure he got enough on the lean to get the first.
It depends where it goes, right foot or left foot. I think they're going to give that a first down. The official come in from the sideline.
Timeout for measurement.
Depends. I think he put it on his right foot, which would be a first down.
And Matt Maurice Hurst kind of limping to the sidelines for a moment for Michigan after that play.
Well, they need him.
Just enough for the first. Air Force now 2 for 2 on 4th down this year.
They like that short side. See Metellus. Now see, you have Hill on the backs, 24. He would have had the pitch. Metellus came down to get the quarterback. When you have him, and when you start playing assignment football, once you see your guy, go get him. Don't wait. Hesitation, advantage offense.
New set of downs after the Michigan fumble, and a timeout's going to be utilized by Coach Harbaugh from the sidelines. Mike Cannon coming over to talk about this one for a moment. Timeout used on the sidelines. Here's Mike Cannon, our referee.
The Michigan coach is challenging the spot on the last play for a first down.
Boy, awfully hard on these spots to get what you're looking for on a challenge, and that's what Jim Harbaugh is trying to do, get a challenge overturned. Let's watch it again. It needed to get to the 34-yard line for Coach Calhoun to end up with a first down.
So there's the hit. So it's where the ball is when the knee touches, not when he stretches out.
And he's got a massive humanity in there, too.
It is. And it's also, you know, it's not a exact science down there. So the officials getting in position to see exactly where he has to be and uses his eyes. Knee down. I don't know if the ball got there. He has the ball in his backside arm. See that?
Yeah. It just matters
right there. His knee was down.
Where's his backside arm, though?
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Well, let's bring Mike Pereira in, even though that is the ruling on the field. And Mike, as we're talking about this, that's awfully hard for you guys in stripes to discern in that pile where the ball actually is, isn't it?
Well, it really is, and you see very seldom are these overturned. And I never really understand the rationale of a coach's challenge in college anyways, because the replay official has already made the decision that he couldn't tell whether it was a first down or not. So to me, it's a waste of a timeout when you're asking to review something that's already essentially been reviewed. But there's no way that you could see anything there that was definitive to go one way or the other.
Now, Mike Pereira with us in our studios in Los Angeles. Mike, thank you very much. We'll check in with you as we move on through this one. 4:02 remaining in the first. And it is a 1st and 10 at the 34 for Air Force. Worthman got a block, and as he made his cut, a little slip, but a good gain on first down as we check out today's Auto Owners Insurance Impact players.
Well, Tim McVeigh's the guy that Worthman likes to get the ball in his hands, but Worthman's doing a nice job right now. Devin Bush really been playing well. Not a real big guy, very active and athletic. And Rashawn Gary, I don't know if there's a better one out there. He does things effortlessly.
6th straight run for Air Force, and Worthman with a first down to the 22-yard line. 5 yards before Metellus could grab it, and Air Force doing what they do, moving the ball on the ground and moving the chains.
And they're doing a nice job of blocking up top. Watch Rashawn Gary. His job is to get up inside, and he can't get it done.
Good work by Air Force.
Nice job inside. They get him caved inside. That's a nice lane.
On first down, McVeigh on the end around. And McVeigh shoved forward for the first down. Metellus was trying to not only tackle him, but get the ball out, and he ended up pushing him forward.
Exactly. He should have made the tackle right there, and they'd be playing for another down right here. McVeigh's one of those guys that he does everything right. Would you like him faster? Yes. Would you like him a little stronger? Yes. Would you like a little quicker in the hole? But the total package, it's a good football player.
Flag down towards the end of the play at about the 7-yard line.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 74. 15-yard penalty. It's a first down Air Force.
That's Griffin Landrum, the first-year player at right guard for Air Force.
That is number 74's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Of course, a second one will result in the ejection.
Yeah, you're going to see him. He's right down there. See what happens. Oh, he goes back to hunt somebody. Oh, that's...
Went back into Aubrey Solomon.
Well, I would be... I'll just let that alone.
First down at the 22. That's a giant penalty.
penalty.
Oh, it was first and goal at the 7.
Yep.
And now it's 1st and 10 back at the 22-yard line. You had a little momentum going. See what they do here. Worthman with the pitch to
nice
McVay.
block.
And McVay to the sidelines, and a flag comes flying in at the end. Did they get a piece of the face mask of McVay on the side?
Yeah, it looked like they got it. Nice job of blocking on the top side to get that edge. Here's the end of that play, and you can see he got a full
Personal
grab.
foul, face mask. Defense number 10, half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
So I guess a push as far as penalties are concerned now, as this one will move it inside 1st and goal to go range, put it right near where they were after the play prior.
So they like the short side over there, and they like the matchup that they're getting, blocking the way their alignment is. And so really what's going on in the back end, the safety's got to come down, and the corner, that has to be figured out, because right now they're not getting there.
First down and goal for Air Force. Worthman, the pitch to McVay.
There it is.
And McVay buried as he gets to the edge by Lavert Hill. Well defended all the way around.
Well defended because he worked off the block and held his leverage. He stayed outside. Now, if he stays outside, he has to get help from the inside to force it to him. That time, the strong safety came down really well and forced it wide. He's able to make the play and sets up this second down.
Play selection, not a surprise. Air Force 9 rushes, no passes. Second and goal at the 6. Toss play, McVay. Nowhere to go. McVay buried at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a half yard thanks to Brandon Watson and the rest of that Michigan D.
Oh, McVay probably can't outrun anybody on that defensive front. And that's fine. I mean, it doesn't mean he's a bad player. He's a good football player. But if you're going to turn it into a sprint to the sideline, that's something he's going to lose.
What do you do here? 3rd and goal at the 7.
Maybe play action. Right now, they'd be set up fine for play action. Coming off that thing and getting a throw into the end zone.
Worthman. Nobody open. In trouble. Worthman is sacked back at the 20. Devin Bush tracked him down.
Don't like the play call at all. You're running the football, use the run part and run piece to your advantage. So turn it into a play action if you're going to throw. It gives you an extra blocker on top of it, plus they have to fight. It gives you advantage with your receivers down the field. He came off of it quickly to the left, and now here we are looking for a 37-yard field goal.
Luke Strable lining it up and putting it through, and this game is tied at 3 apiece. So each team gets into the red zone. Each team bogs down, although Air Force bogging down thanks to the 29th straight game with a sack for Michigan. Worthman to throw. Devin Bush says 1 yard deep. Out comes Crawford. Crawford upended at the 15-yard line. Good coverage by Air Force. Jeremy Fedulum on the stop as the quarter comes to an end here in Ann Arbor. It's been a fun start to this one. Air Force flying into Ann Arbor. They're knotted up 3 apiece with the 7th-ranked Wolverines. Start of the second quarter from the Big House in Ann Arbor alongside Matt Millen with Michelle McMahon on the field. I'm Kevin Kugler. It is A 1st and 10 for Michigan from their own 15-yard line. Mosesai Fafita in now, Matt. Big 6'1", 320-pounder at the middle of that Air Force defensive line. Working against Patrick Kugler, the center. Toss play to Isaac on 1st down. The hole closing quickly thanks to Jack Floor. Boy, I thought for a minute that Isaac had a lot of room to run.
He did it. Floor filled. He closed it quickly. I mean, there was an opening there. Floor was coming laterally, and just that's what you're supposed to do. Get up there as a backer, fill that hole as quickly as you can. Really well done. This Air Force team, they're not giving you any kind of inches to move on. They're going to make you earn it.
Zach Gentry, the tight end, in motion. Spade to the edge with blockers for Peoples-Jones, and now speed. Finally catching up to him, Marquise Griffin, but Donovan Peoples-Jones, his first catch, turns into a big game.
Well, that's what this crowd's waiting for out of Donovan Peoples-Jones. He's a high recruit. He's got a lot of skills. They just want to see him put it all together. And this is part of what he brings. He's got a nice size to him. He's got good length to him. He's got great athleticism. He's got a big future.
37 yards. From the 47. Black fighting his way for extra yardage to the 39 of Air Force. As we check in Chicago, Rick Pizzo's got a T-Mobile studio update.
Kevin, another brutal start for Nebraska. Tanner Lee has thrown 2 pick sixes against Northern Illinois in the first quarter. Juwan Johnson 25 yards the other way. It is 14-0 Huskies.
Wow. You know, there was some grumbling already around Lincoln, Nebraska after falling behind big last week and then losing to Oregon. 2 pick sixes not going to help anybody sleep better there. 2nd and 2 at the 39. Spate, late pressure, finds Gentry. Gentry loping down the sidelines and out of bounds at the 10.
That's on Wilton Spate because he got pressure. Not only did he get pressure, he had somebody coming clean on top of it. I think it was floor 50 right there. And he just took his time, set his feet, see his feet are set, ball's right where it has to be. And I like this Gentry kid. Former quarterback, 6'7". He's really turned into a nice player and going to be even better.
Tim Drevno said yesterday he reminds him of Kobe Fleener, but a better blocker than Kobe Fleener was at the same age. That's high praise from a guy who would know. 1st down and goal at the 9. Spate, pressure coming again, lofts it for the end zone, and that's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. That pressure coming from Jamel Sanders may have forced Spate to loft it a little too much.
Well, Sanders, I mean, it's coming right in his face. You're going to see it. He's looking at it. Now, that's not easy to do, and he had to be accurate on top of it. Sanders knew he was going to lower the boom on him. Spate just stood there, settled himself, made the throw, lived for another down. Good decision by throwing it out of bounds.
How many times did Jim Harbaugh tell us yesterday, Spate will have a good game today? Yeah. He was adamant about it. On 2nd and goal to give to McDoom.
Oh, nice.
Well defended. Really nice play by Garrett Coppola.
Yeah, Coppola comes out of that. He sees it the whole time. He can see the motion. He starts to fade down inside the box. And then there's a lane you have to run. And when you make that decision to run that lane, you better be right. And he was.
Mentioned it earlier, but the red zone through the first trip in earlier today, just 1 touchdown in 7 red zone possessions. And another tough 3rd and goal from the 9.
They're bringing heat.
Spate under pressure.
Well done by Spate.
Floats it, and it's tipped by Marquise Griffin. What a play by the senior corner.
Phenomenal play by Griffin, because not only did he get the tip, but he covered the receiver. He covered the receiver and had the perfect timing to be able to get his hand back up and force this 4th down. Great play. That is a great play.
He was looking for Crawford, saw him at the last minute. But Marquise Griffin, playing bigger than 5'11", got the swat. And now a 26-yard try for Quinn Nordine. And the kick is good. Michigan back up by 3. 11:48 to go in the first half. Jim Harbaugh's team still on a warm day. Those mist fountains are in high demand on both sides. Air Force trying to cool off after bending but not breaking. Michigan got down the field, but inside the red zone, the early season woes of punching it in reared up again for Michigan, settled for a field goal. And that kickoff into the end zone for the touchback. Air Force out to the 25-yard line and a timeout here in Ann Arbor. Falcons with the ball down 3 when we return. 6-3 lead for Michigan. Back in Ann Arbor. Kevin Kugler, Matt Millen, Michelle McMahon. 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Air Force Academy. Worthman with blockers. And Worthman runs into Metellus again. Boy, is Josh Metellus everywhere today. Makes the stop at the 31.
And they're putting them outside. What they're doing now, in that set, they're taking their corners and they putting them back where the safeties are. So they're the ones coming down. Metellus, he's got to be the guy who's going to be the physical guy. And he's not disappointed. He's throwing himself around. But hey, listen, it's 2nd and 3. So advantage Air Force.
Worthman again on the keep. Worthman got a block and has room to run. Worthman down the sideline, finally shoved out of bounds in Michigan territory at the 35.
Really nice read. Worthman does a nice job of watching Metellus. Watch Metellus is going to come up and he's backing up, okay? You can't do that. He who hesitates gets beat in the option. Force the action. You know you have a corner on top of you. Worthman takes advantage of it. It's a big first down.
34-yard run for Arion Worthman. They had 19 runs of double digits in their opener. Granted, that was against VMI. A little stiffer competition today. They give to Parker Wilson, and well, you're not going to find much room up there. Is that a play, Matt, where you run it to keep that play honest, essentially, for the defense?
Yeah, so you're not saying, oh, they're not going to do this. So they, I don't know, Snake went through every now and then. And he has about 3 or 4 different ways of running that play. Sometimes it's behind the center, sometimes to the center side. It's interesting. Notice they have not been running at Rashawn Gary at all.
Running away from him again. Worthman with Winovich right there. Chops him down at the 35. Chase Winovich all over that one, and now 3rd and long. Next Saturday, BTN Tailgate's back, and it's on campus at Purdue as the pregame show for Big Ten fans to get you ready for the Wolverines and Boilermakers. BTN Tailgate. Michelle McMahon will be there. It's presented by Geico next Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on BTN.
Winovich did exactly what he had to do to set up this big 3rd down. So you've got to beat your guy and then become part of the trilogy. Getting inside there, you've got to be able to handle it. Here we are. 3rd, make him throw. This is where Air Force doesn't want to be.
0 for 3 on 3rd down today. And a timeout utilized before the snap by Air Force. Troy Calhoun.
Charge timeout.
Called timeout right before the snap.
First.
The clock was winding down. He stopped it to save the 5 yards. And on 3rd and long, may have to come back and drop back to throw. Something they don't do a lot. 6-3 Michigan.
Being incredible.
This triple threat offense. Tuesday, they only made 3 mistakes. Wednesday, completely no mistakes. And Thursday, he slowed it down and did not make 1 mistake, Kevin.
Well, 75 extra plays on Thursday with no mistakes.
There's a penalty.
And there's a mistake against Air Force. Looked like Malik Miller may have flinched.
It was. He did flinch.
False start. Offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Malik Miller with a pretty good lineage in his family related to both Justin and Jesse Tuggle, the NFL linebackers.
Oh, I remember Jess. Good player. And here's the flinch you're going to see right on the front side. See? sometimes they'll do that a little bit, and they'll run, and then they'll get back into position. He just kind of forgot where he was. Jesse Tuggle was a good player.
Luke Strable's long field goal a year ago was 48. As Workman on 3rd and long keeps it to the edge and is dropped at the 33 by Bush.
Devin Bush is running around like a heat-seeking missile. Not a real big guy. He's maybe like 225, but he can fly. They keep him covered on the inside from sideline to sideline. You're going to see the number 10 involved in a lot of tackles. I think they got better at that position from a year ago.
Here's Strable. This is right in between 50 and 51. His 48-yarder last year was his long. Strable's kick, curving, but it is good. And Luke Strable knots it at 6 with a 50-yard bomb. And the Air Force is back even with Michigan.
You know what I love about the academies? They don't flinch about anything. They don't flinch about playing in the big house. They don't flinch about playing the Big Ten. They don't flinch about being out athleted. All they do is compete and make 50-yard field goals.
Strable was
kind of fun, isn't it?
No, it is. Strable was 9th in the nation last year in field goals, averaged almost 2 per game. He was 22 of 25, hit 22 straight at one point during last year. And a career 89% kicker bangs one in from 50 to tie it up.
And all they're doing, Michigan is doing right now, they're playing solid football, but they're giving confidence to a young Air Force team.
A little pooch kick. Brad Hawkins weaving around to the 30-yard line, and Hawkins down at the 31, and a flag in at the end of the play.
That's a mistake.
Garrett Coppola was in there on the tackle.
Right at the end of that thing, he comes running in. It was for Michigan. It was Ben
Mason.
Yeah, Ben Mason, the fullback. That's a mistake. So they're going to take that and have it.
After the play was over, unnecessary roughness, receiving team number 42. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, you're going to see him. So he wants to get a piece of it. He wants to be aggressive, but you have to be smart. I'm all for getting a piece and being aggressive, but that's a little bit too late. Good call. So now they're back at the 15. It's where they started the last time they had the ball, drove right down the field, and then got stuffed inside the red zone.
And the big play to Donovan Peoples-Jones in the midst of that drive. See what Wilton Spate and company could do here. Isaac the carry, and Isaac slips forward for a yard. Jack Floor, first guy to get there. Wednesday on a new Sports Light with Mike Hall. Mike gets some much-needed dance lessons from members of the Rutgers football team. Unbuttoned, unscripted, unfiltered. Not a good dancer. Sports Light with Mike Hall, Wednesday, 11 Eastern, right here on BTN.
There's a joke in there someplace.
Somewhere.
Don't leave it alone.
Hopefully it'll be Wednesday at 11 Eastern is where we'll find the joke. On Sports Light. Second and 9. Isaac again. Big hole. Nice patience. Isaac, first down.
You said it right, Kevin. Good runner's patience. He's not the fastest guy. That's the piece that you'd like to see be a little bit faster, but boy, to see a good runner's patience and good strength. So here's the first piece. Run with your eyes. Nicely done right there by Gentry at the block. And then again, right there. Redirect, pick up first down.
Tim Drevno said yesterday, he says, I like how he lets the play express itself.
Yeah, I heard that.
Before he makes a decision, which is a big way of saying patience. Hickman on first down, tripped up at the 35.
Poggi 19 is making himself, he's introducing himself to people out there. He just rocked somebody. Oh, Henry Poggi, the fullback, they bring him in there. They put him at that lead back. And, you know, what you're expected to do is just go be physical. And he did not disappoint on that last play.
His dad, a longtime high school coach, Biff.
Oh, yeah, Biff is a good man down there, Maryland coaching.
2nd down and 7. Higdon again breaks one tackle, and Higdon a yard shy of the 1st down. Shaquille Vereen hit him, but Higdon was able to back ahead for a couple more after the contact.
It's a nice little changeup. They bring Higdon in. He's kind of a little water buggish, you know, good quickness, better change of direction. And now they're back to Isaac. Say, here comes the hammer.
Michigan, a pretty good balance of their play selection. Air Force rather lopsided. On 3rd and short, Isaac again. Oh, what a play by Garrett Coppola. Sure tackle from the secondary.
That's where you can't stop your feet. But Coppola does a great job. He doesn't. He's going to be decisive. You've got to be decisive. You're going to see 22's going to come. He'll be coming from this side over in this. You don't see him right now. Whoop. There he is. So he makes the decision quickly. That brought that to an end pretty quickly, didn't it?
Ronald Cleveland, the deep man, has hearts on for the punt. What was that you said about confidence for an Air Force team?
Absolutely.
Continuing to grow, and you're starting to see that confidence express itself all over the field, including right here as Garrett Coppola stops the Michigan drive, gets it back for the Air Force. Kevin Kugler alongside Matt Millen, and a lot of folks at home are sitting there thinking, what is going on in this game? Why is it a 6-6 ball game?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the Michigan defense hasn't figured out that triple option because they give you more than one way to run it. And here's yet another way. Don Brown knew that. We talked to him about that. And when you play the Air Force, you can't just sit in one defense and play it the same way. You've got to be able to mix your defense up as well. Because on the other side, they're reading what you're doing. And as soon as they see, oh, they're staying, this is how they're doing it with these 3 players, well, then they just start to adjust. Sometimes they won't block you. Sometimes they'll block it a completely different way. It's a fun offense to watch.
2nd down and 11. Worthman going to throw if he can. He's in trouble, and Worthman works forward for a positive gain of 2, but that pocket was collapsing from the moment he dropped. Winovich the first there.
Yeah.
Rashawn Gary wrapped him up.
Yeah, Winovich came off the left defensive side, right offensive side. You're going to see him right here, number 15. You can see him right there. He just does a nice job of forcing him up, and then Rashawn Gary comes in, and Hurst is there, Bush is right there. Like always, Bush is always around. It's a big down right here, this 3rd down. They've got to get off the field.
Little shotgun work now. Worthman changing it up. And they're going to have to use a timeout. That play clock was rapidly expiring.
Charge timeout, Air Force.
So we'll step aside for a short timeout as well. Timeout. Air Force with a 3rd and 8. Second quarter, Air Force has come to play a 6-6 score with Michigan. Our United States Marine Corps leader of the game, Michigan's defensive lineman, Maurice Hurst, 3-time academic All-Big Ten pick, the son of former New England Patriot Maurice Hurst. Well, Hurst getting it done both in the classroom and on the field. Our United States Marine Corps leader of the game.
Big down right here. This is a power set instead of the option set.
Worthman will try to go up the middle, and he'll run right into the arms of Rashawn Gary.
That one I don't understand. To me, that tells me they have 0 confidence in their passing game. So they come out and they go into that power set, which is a kind of a tell. And so Michigan changed their defense, and now they're not going to play option football. And so he just takes it and just runs it up the middle.
0 for 5 on 3rd down today is Air Force. Michigan thinking about good field position and a quick score before halftime. Wobbly punt.
Shankadelic.
And Michigan's going to have great field position to try to get that quick score before halftime. Inside the 40-yard line of Air Force. Let's go inside the huddle. It's brought to you by SoFi, the preferred financial partner of the Big Ten Conference. What do we expect in the huddle here?
Right now, you need consistency, and that has to start up front. So it's got to be consistency in the offensive line, whether you're running the football or throwing the ball. It has to have in protection, and then consistency out of your running game and passing game. Pretty much, they have people open. You just got to get the ball there.
McDoom in motion. McDoom gets the toss, a little juggle, but he got a block. McDoom trying to reverse his field, gets 9 to the 31.
That's smart, okay? That's smart, but that's a good call. Good coaching right there. So you want to get some consistency, give a short pass. Get some blockers out in front of him, let him do his thing, create second and short.
They started yelling doom when he went in motion.
Yeah.
Then they really got into it.
We got a guy down.
There's an injured Falcon down there. It is hard to tell the number. We're getting a looks like it's Robert Bullard, the left corner, who is down. Bullard's played well today, and Bullard up and making his way to the sidelines.
Maybe just cramping. It is a warm day. Surprises me.
Good ball game. Feel like good
ball
defensive struggles. We've seen that. Both teams have gotten into the red zone. They've not been able to punch it in. Michigan trying to draw a little confidence here late, going into the locker room. Ty Isaac, look at that hole. Isaac down inside the 25. Marquise Griffin on the stop. Next week, conference play will kick off for these Wolverines. They'll head to West Lafayette to battle the Boilermakers. Coverage beginning next Saturday, 4 Eastern, only on Fox.
Kevin, that time they caught him in a slant. Remember, I talked about this earlier. Sometimes the slant gets you. Sometimes you get the slant. That time they got the slant, picked up the first down, ran opposite of the way they were going.
Spade, blitz picked up. Spade running out of room.
Smart by Spade. Smart by Spade. Just live for another down. He was looking down the field up top to Crawford. He had him in the back of the end zone, but really good coverage. And because of that coverage, nowhere to go with the ball, he pulls it down.
Pretty good protection help from Ty Isaac because Kyle Floyd was coming from that backside and Isaac stood in there and got the block.
Well, they brought some heat. They heated up a little bit. They had extra numbers at the line of scrimmage.
Does it surprise you as much as we've seen Air Force bring pressure today?
Yeah, here's what surprises me, that these corners are running with these receivers from Michigan.
2nd and 11. Pressure coming again. Spade is in trouble. And Spade trying to get rid of the football. It pops out. Recovered by Michigan. I think he was trying to throw it as he went down. The ball comes out, covered up on the play by Nick Eubanks.
But yet again, great coverage down the field. But watch Spade try to get out of this. He's going to try to avoid it. Eyes still down the field. Oh, that's a loose ball.
Bumped into Ulizio's leg.
Yep.
The arm motion went forward, but the ball was gone by the time it did that. That's a fumble, and Eubanks recovers at the 35.
That's an awesome picture.
A great shot.
It's a great shot.
Isaac on 3rd and 21, down to the 31. He picks up 4. Jack Floor on the tackle. And Quinn Nordine going to try, I would guess, a long field goal here. Coming up at the half, Dave Howard and Jerry will get you caught up on a wild week 3. It's coming up next on the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report. Some weird scores early on in the day, as Michigan's just going to run this one down until the very end.
So this halftime score is that regardless if it's a 3-point game or a tie game, this halftime score is going to go out to all the different stadiums in this country and all the different halftime shows, and they're going to go, whoa, look at that. And let me tell you, Michigan
Charge
has
time
played
out. Michigan.
well enough, but Air Force has played even better.
Quinn Nordin coming out for a long field goal try. He hit field goals of 52 and 55 in the opening week against Florida in Michigan's 33-17 win. This is 49 for Nordin. And now Air Force will use a timeout.
Charge timeout. Air Force, their second. Be a 30-second timeout.
So Troy Calhoun wanting to give Quinn Nordin, the youngster, a chance to think about this.
Timeout.
He was Nordin was the Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week after that first week against Florida. Jim Harbaugh and company trying to take a small lead into the locker room. Another good week for the Big Ten Conference, with the league still holding 4 of the top 10 teams in the AP poll: Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, and Wisconsin. We saw Wisconsin last week. We'll see Ohio State next week. Here we are today seeing the 7th-ranked Michigan Wolverines. 49-yard try for Quinn Nordin. Nordin's kick on the way, and that is good. Quinn Nordin developing into a nice weapon for Jim Harbaugh. 3 for 3 today. 49-yard field goal to give Michigan the 9-6 lead with 4 seconds remaining in this first half, Nord's first half. Air Force is going to get the football to start the second half, so plenty of drama remaining in this one on a day where maybe the 100,000 plus that came to the Big House and the many watching wherever you're checking us out today may be a little bit surprised by this first half. Deep kick will go through the end zone for the touchback, and Air Force will have one more snap before halftime. All in all, though, you come out here on the road, tough place to play, one of the tougher places in college football. You don't throw for a yard. In fact, you don't have an attempt. 92 yards rushing, and you're down 3.
So, Kev, here's what we're saying. We practiced essentially 5 games this week to get this option down. And Air Force has come out and run this option. I don't know if you could have run it any better. They've had a couple of penalties that have hurt them. Other than that, they are running this thing to perfection, and Michigan has not figured it out yet.
Worthman takes the knee, and halftime is here.
That's the end of the first half.
In Ann Arbor. And the 7th-ranked Wolverines will take a 3-point lead into the locker room. This is the second home game without a touchdown in the first half under Harbaugh. It came last year against Indiana, November 19th. They did not score a touchdown. Today, all field goals in this first half as well. And a 9-6 lead as the Air Force and Michigan all will head up that narrow tunnel towards their locker rooms. A well-played game for the most part, especially from a defensive and special teams standpoint. We've seen both of those aspects shine.
If you look at Michigan's doubled them in total yards. They have more total plays. They've run the ball all about the same, like 90 to 82 or 3 or something like that. I mean, it's just a close game. The biggest thing is they've allowed Air Force to run what Air Force is good at. And until that gets stopped, we're going to continue to see the same thing.
Both teams having to work their way. Kind of waiting for traffic at 5 o'clock. You got to get into the passing lane here. There is no passing lane, though, in this tunnel. Everybody headed to the locker rooms. 9-6 lead for Michigan. Kevin Kugler alongside Matt Millen. Let's check in down on the field and find out what Michelle McMahon knows. Michelle?
Thanks, Kevin. I just caught up with Jim Harbaugh, who's surprisingly calm heading into the second half. I asked him what was the first order of business in that locker room. To no one's surprise, he said the red zone offense. I said, what kind of advice did you give your offense? He said, play hard, play fast, and get out there and just play some football. On the other side, Troy Calhoun told me this team is playing great. He's surprised. He also told me that the only way that they're going to stay in this game is that if they hit a play-action pass.
Well, they've got to attempt the play-action pass before they hit the play-action pass. So far, no attempts today for Air Force, but they're right in this game, and they're getting the football to start the second half.
Yeah, Kev, I thought they wasted an opportunity for a perfect place for a play-action down on the goal line.
The last time we saw a game involving a Big Ten team with at least 5 field goals and no touchdowns and a half, it also involved Michigan. It was in this building. Back on November 22nd of 2014, they played Maryland. It was 9-9 at the half. Maryland ended up winning that one 23-16. Strange things are afoot in the Big Ten in the early going today.
How about Nebraska down 14 at the half?
Yeah. Both touchdowns scored by Northern Illinois on pick sixes. Michigan ready to get her going as we start this second half in Ann Arbor. Fogues kick off in the direction of McVeigh, and McVeigh will let it bounce into the end zone for the touchback.
Boom. Here we go.
McVeigh has had a quiet first half. It has been a lot of Arion Worthman, which is not what it was in the first game against VMI, where McVeigh had 98 yards rushing and 77 yards receiving. Worthman's been the guy calling the number, and he's been calling the number 2 a lot.
Well, and it's in that option. That's where it really has become, whether it's been just that straight speed option where he's right down the line or within the triple. So they're taking away the first piece, and they have the corners out there for the third piece, but Worthman's the number 2 piece, and he's the one who's got the majority of the yards.
All right, let's see what adjustments each of these teams were able to make starting on this play in the second half. A 25-yard line for the start for Air Force. 3 receivers for Air Force on first down. And the give to Parker Wilson. Maybe a yard to the 26. Chase Winovich right there.
You know, they bring number 59, that Furbush kid, in. That is a versatile player. He's a fun player to watch. He can run. He's figuring out how to play because they have him with his hand in the dirt sometimes. Sometimes he's a linebacker. Sometimes he's walking in and out of line of scrimmage. He's a very versatile guy. Noah Furbush, that's a good player.
6'5", 240, runs in the high 4.6s. Speed and power on second down. Worthman with time to the air. Jump ball, and it's almost intercepted. It was deflected by Kalik Hudson. Josh Metellus came over to try to get it on the deflection as they aimed for Ronald Cleveland. Our first pass attempt of the day right here.
Well, and Cleveland, I mean, that ball kind of hung in the air. Hudson had a chance to make the pick. Got it up in the air. Metellus had a chance at it, but that's what I expected. One of the reasons that Michigan goes man, they're not running away from anybody, Air Force. And they know that, so they have to be able to run the football, but they have to stay out of 3rd and long, which is where they're at right now.
3rd down, a long 9. Worthman again with pressure coming. Worthman gets rid of the football, bounces at the 15-yard line. He had McVeigh in the general area.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. Number 33 was in the area.
Well, they did bring some heat because they went man-to-man on the outside, so you're going to gain an extra guy. So when they did that, they just kind of overpowered that offensive line. 3rd and long, Kevin, is not where Air Force can't survive there.
What a start for that Michigan defense. Stuffed the run by Wilson on first. 2 incompletions later. And a punt for Air Force. Scott to punt it to Donovan Peoples-Jones. Good punt. Driving Peoples-Jones back to the 22. Has some room at the 30. Peoples-Jones to the 40. Loping to midfield. Peoples-Jones looking for one more angle. He's got the sideline. Tiptoes in for the touchdown. return game for Donovan Peoples-Jones. Did he stay in bounds?
He's in bounds there. He's in bounds there. And he's in the end zone there.
The freshman was pulled out of the punt return game, inserted back in today. And the youngster with an explosion early at Michigan Stadium in the third. 16-6. Wolverines with the lead.
Well, they gave him some room to the left side. Then his eyes saw the right side. And then it was just speed. This is what this Michigan crowd's been waiting for. A big play by Peoples-Jones, and he delivered.
At Ally, we're doing digital financial.
The happiest people in the building right now, Donovan Peoples-Jones. 79-yard punt return for a touchdown to light a fire here in the big house and spark a Michigan offense and a Michigan squad that had been scuffling a little bit, now up 16-6. And what a return, and what a way to get your first career touchdown.
Well, everybody's been waiting for the explosion from Peoples-Jones. He's got great size, 6'2", 200 pounds. He's got excellent speed. He's got big play capability like you saw. And he dropped the ball a couple times. They're like, I'm not so sure about this. Well, they just got their surety back.
So Air Force goes 3 and out, a 53-yard punt. Really outkicks his coverage a little bit on that punt.
He really did.
79-yard return. And now back to work for Air Force at the 25. And back up the middle, finding a little running room this time. To the 31-yard line goes Parker Wilson before Maurice Hurst can bring him down, a pickup of 6.
They've got to, so there's a win for them on first down. That's where they have to be. Now a win on second down would be 3 yards or another first down. But they've got to stay out of 3rd and 7+ or 3rd and 6+, because their passing game is anemic.
Worthman on the keep, and Worthman tripped up as he tried to get to the edge by Mike McRae. Now a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Mo Hurst also on the bottom of that pile doing his job, but he's supposed to. 3rd and 3 is manageable. That's where you want to be for Air Force. But now you still have the run game involved, and if you are going to throw, it can be a run-pass option.
Fakes the pitch, has the first down. Air Force now over 100 yards rushing on the day with that carry. 115th straight game that Air Force has gone over the century mark rushing. Army and Air Force both came into today with the longest streak in the FBS at 114 each.
Well, Army will be tested this afternoon playing Ohio State University after a loss.
Good luck. First conversion on 3rd down today for Air Force. Worthman gonna throw over the middle. He's got Cleveland. And Cleveland trying to turn on the speed. Inside the 20. Cleveland into the end zone for the touchdown.
Let him get to the inside. The inside where there's no safety in the middle of the field. Kennel just got beat. And then it's just a sprint. And then beat the angle. And that's exactly what he did. And 6 quick. Wow, they got into that really fast.
64-yard touchdown pass. And Air Force right back in it. The career-long catch for Cleveland and the longest play of the year for Air Force. Good throw by Worthman. And then Ronald Cleveland, whose mom is a Michigan alum. She's cheering for the Air Force today. Air Force hanging around, down just 3. That Air Force beat a top 10 team. They beat Notre Dame that year 20-17 on the road. They're within 3 third quarter at Michigan Stadium after a 64-yard touchdown pass.
Tell you what, Arian Worthman did a great job on that last play.
Crawford looking for a little bit of running room. He won't find any. Stopped short of the 20-yard line by James Jones IV. Let's go back to the Air Force touchdown.
Yeah, it's the little things that get you. Watch Arian Worthman's head. It's going to go this way. And what that does is it gives you the appearance that the ball's going a different place. Now he turns back, see the protection's there, and now I want you to watch the eyes right there of 23. They were back inside looking at Worthman, who's looking the other side. Cleveland gets half a step, and the net result is 6 points. Take care of the little things, and the big things will take care of themselves.
First offensive play of the second half for Michigan, and Isaac goes nowhere. Stopped at the 20, Grant Ross leading the way. And what was that you said in the first half about confidence for a young Air Force team? They're feeling confident right now.
And you can see it. You can see and it's transferred over to their defensive side of the ball. They are just playing with great confidence.
Well, that defense is where they took the biggest hit. 10 of their 11 starters from last year, gone. 12 of their top 13 tacklers, gone. Here they are hanging around in the third with Michigan. There's McDoom. McDoom trying to find some room. Not much there again. At the 24, Coppola along with Kyle Floyd were there, and it's third and medium for Michigan.
Well, that looked like Vereen out there, wasn't it? 6. Like, my eyes deceiving me a little bit.
He was in the neighborhood as well. He's out there on the bottom of the defensive line on the bottom of your screen.
I might need different glasses.
On third down. Spate to the air. Juggling it incomplete. Black, the intended receiver, but Marquise Griffin all over him, and it's fourth down.
Griffin had great position and great coverage. Really should have been a pick. And he was going to try to throw it back underneath the Black, but look at Griffin's right there. I mean, he had phenomenal position. Again, you could feel the confidence meter go up for Air Force.
We saw Griffin make a big play down near the goal line in the first half when he batted down a third down pass.
That could be a Big Ten player of the week. And he's not even in the Big Ten.
Pressure coming, and Hart just got rid of it. Cleveland will call for the fair catch, and he makes it at the 33. Kyle Floyd nearly got to that one off the foot of Will Hart, but the Air Force going back to work. A 3-point lead for Michigan. Defensive coordinator Don Brown trying to get his troops coached up here in a 3-point game. A challenge at home from Air Force. First down for the Academy at the 34-yard line. Worthman back to the air. In trouble, set. It's Winovich who got him.
Good coverage down the field. Winovich should thank the secondary. So he's going to come from the top side. He's just going to get rid of Parker, not even close, for a block, and then he just runs him down. The reason he can do that, if you look down the field, everybody's covered man for man perfectly.
Third sack today for Michigan. 2nd and 16 at the 28. Worthman wanted to pitch. He does late. And that goes out of bounds in the arms of Ronald Cleveland. Oh, my goodness. The latest of late pitches from Arian Worthman.
Trying to make a play. That's what you try to do. So this is a mistake with Worthman. He knows he's getting hit. And he thinks he can still try to make the play because everybody has collapsed on him. Cleveland would have had a chance if he could have gotten the pitch to him, but instead it's third and forever.
And Worthman took a big pop from Rashawn Gary as a thank you. 3rd and 25 at the 19. Not a lot of plays in the Air Force playbook for 3rd and 25.
Anybody's playbook.
Worthman going to just run the draw, and staying there to make the play was Devin Bush. Boy, was that a terrific play.
Yeah, well, Bush came on a blitz, and then he just redirected and makes the play. Well done.
Let's check in downstairs with Michelle McMahon.
Thanks, Kevin. Don Brown clearly got his point across. He was vividly frustrated with his defense as they came off the field on that last Air Force touchdown. Grabbed Josh Metella, said, "What were you seeing on that play?" Then he quickly calmed down, addressed the defensive huddle, and said, "Here's how we need to communicate, guys." And clearly, the defense is back on track.
Sounds like the lesson was learned from those young pups on the defensive side.
And that's what happens, Kev. We talked about it at the start of the game. You're going to, sometimes that inexperience, that's the inconsistency you see.
Short punt from Charlie Scott. And it takes a great Michigan bounce. Well, as Michelle was talking about that, the play she was referring to was the touchdown pass.
Yeah, so Metellus is up here. His job is to stay in the deep half. That's where he's got to be. And the reason you're there is for protection. Everything else is man-to-man. He's going to come back with Zach motion. He's going to come, and you're going to get a late defender going to him. Well, what happens is Metellus doesn't see it. He doesn't see the coverage, so you're going to see right here, he's like, oh, nobody's on him, so he takes off. And now you're way out of position because this is where he's supposed to be, and by the time he's able to recover, it's 6 quick.
But excellent field position now for Michigan and Ty Isaac, who's tripped up at the 40-yard line by Marquise Griffin. And if Griffin doesn't get Isaac down, Isaac's still got some room on the sideline.
Yeah, but he did, and that's the big deal. And so right now, this Michigan offense is stumbling. And this Air Force defense, while being, out physicaled and all those things, they're right in the middle of it. And this second and long, they got to get him to 3rd and long.
Spate with protection, nobody open. Spate with room to run, and Wilton Spate's got a 1st down.
Yeah, smart. Smart by Spate. Okay, no place to run. Let me use my feet. He is athletic, and he can do that. And so I think the more he does that, the better off they are.
8-yard gain for Spate, and now Michigan going a little faster to the line. Spate swings to McDoom. Nice move, man. Somebody left a little laundry back on the field at about the 33-yard line. McDoom with a nice little juke move. Monday night, BTN continues the anniversary celebration with a look at the most exciting plays, highlights, and moments from the 2009-2010 season. Don't miss BTN 10 Big Years, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. It's Monday at 7:30 Eastern, and of course, it's right here on BTN.
Kevin, I got to tell you, Floor, 50, he's having a heck of a game. Kids all over the field.
2nd and 5, Karan Higdon up the middle. Pinned down by Cody Gessler at the 24-yard line. And now a big 3rd down for Michigan, but it's 3rd and short.
Yeah. 3rd and short, so it's 3rd manageable. Last time they were in this position, they got stuffed. Floor was the guy who made the play. Or Coppola made the play, and he came down. At one point, this Michigan offensive line is going to have to find itself, and they're just going to have to root people out. They're just going to have to be what they're supposed to be.
Peoples-Jones, the receiver to the top of the screen. Isaac the carry on 3rd down, and he's not going to get there.
Didn't do it.
Penetration from Matt Evans threw that play off right from the beginning. Now it's 4th and about 1.5 yards. What do you do?
Me, I go for it. I'm like, look, we're Michigan. I'm Jim Harbaugh. We're tough guys. We're going to do this and get it done. Now, on the other side, leverage wins. That's the one thing you have. You're not as tall. Get your heads down. Come off the ball. Love this stuff.
Khalid Hill. 1st down.
Oh, they threw a double on old Gessler inside there, and he tried to get low. But then they brought that hammer, Khalid Hill. And it's going to be tough for him not to get a yard. Just watching Gessler here today, and he's not there right now. They brought the other guy in. But kind of reminds me of Jim Burt. Same type of player.
Same kind of build, too.
Yeah.
Higdon, Spate looking to the sideline. Perry is open, and Perry is out at the 8, 1st and goal.
That's all on Spade. He was taking pressure, too, coming right up the middle. I think it was Ross, 44. They bring a blitz. He's standing right in the middle of it. Ross does a nice job by breaking that thing off, knowing where the sticks are. He's got the separation out of his break. Really well done. Our guy Poji's in there, number 19. Keep your eye on him. He's been knocking some helmets around today.
Higdon on the carry. And Higdon didn't find much room there. To the 7-yard line, Mosesai Fafita. Big nose at 6'1", 320, the sophomore from Everett, Washington, in there on the stop. 3rd trip now to the red zone. You see the numbers. 1 touchdown this year in 8 red zone possessions overall. They've, of course, not scored in the red zone from a touchdown standpoint today.
So from the Michigan point of view, use Wilton Spade's legs. Create some room for yourself. And time.
Perry in motion. Spade looking to Perry. Has the catch.
Great tackle.
What a play. Closed immediately to Shaquille Vereen. He's had a game today, too.
He has played well. Man, he closed that thing fast on Perry. Perry's ready to turn that up, and he's excellent with the ball in his hands. So what do? Get him as quickly as you can and set up this 3rd down. Jim knows it, too. Big down right here. So this is where the speed of your receivers are negated because you have a short field unless you can run a crossing route.
3rd and goal from the 8.
Bringing a blitz.
And Isaac is pounded.
Right into it, Kevin.
Vereen again.
They didn't see the blitz. It was Vereen off the side. You got to see that. He came clean. He showed it. Right into the middle of it. You got to get out of that.
3-yard loss, and the red zone bites Michigan again.
You can see him up top coming. You have time. Redirect, stop. And even if Green doesn't get there, they had penetration on the inside, too.
Boy, and you could really see frustration from Wilton Spate at the end of that play.
Darby did a great job on the inside of getting penetration.
29-yard try for Quinn Nordine is good. He's 4 for 4 today. But Air Force is really fired up, and Wilton Spate is frustrated. Michigan's lead is 6.
So, like we said earlier, now this is going to set up a 3rd and long. And so what do you have in that playbook to be able to get out of 3rd and whatever this is? What is it? 19, 18, 18. So you just want to get part of it back.
The field has definitely tilted in Michigan's favor late in this 3rd quarter. Worthman and McCray there swooping in from behind to make the tackle shy of the 18-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down, a little extra room for Air Force to punt it away as Donovan Peoples-Jones will jog onto the field, try to spark Michigan again with a big return. Charlie Scott, his brother J.K. Scott, is the punter at Alabama, and a really good one, finalist for the Ray Guy Award a year ago.
Well, he had a big kick 2 kicks ago, and it hurt them.
Another big kick here, driving Peoples-Jones back to the 29. Trying to get to the edge again, got a block. And Peoples-Jones nudged out of bounds in Air Force territory. Jacob Stafford with the stop. When Charlie Scott punts well, it usually means bad things in the return game. Tuesday on an all-new Campus Eats, Troy Johnson and Jenny Dell search for the Big Ten's best comfort food, including a stop at Ann Arbor's Pretzel Belt. Catch a brand new Campus Eats. It's presented by Eat Street, and it's Tuesday, 10 Eastern, right here on BTN. They marked him out at the 46. So a 1st down from the Air Force 46 for Michigan. Ty Isaac. And Isaac a yard to the 45. Jack Floor there again as we check in with Michelle.
Thanks, Kevin. Wilton Spate looking lost and frustrated as he headed to the sideline after that first offensive drive. He felt defeated, and he got off the phone with Pep Hamilton. Looked a little bit more relieved, and then John O'Korn chipped in, giving his advice on what to do the next time this offense takes the field. So it's nice to see that support on the sideline here, guys.
On 2nd and 9, Isaac again, and Isaac with a hole. A little high step, breaks the tackle. Isaac in, out of bounds. They stepped out of bounds at the 1 and a flag down back at the 20-yard line.
They're going to get Crawford, I believe, and I didn't really see it. I mean, I saw a block.
Well, they initially marked him out at the 1, and then another official ran in and gave touchdown signal, but they didn't debate that because we have 2 flags.
Right.
Holding. Offense number 1. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Result of the play is a first down.
That's the second long run that's taken away from Ty Isaac.
He had one where he stepped out at about the 30 on what looked like a touchdown.
Well, let's watch Crawford here. Now he's going to come and he's got to try to get to the inside. So he's so what they're saying. So they see the hand on the top. So it looks like it's going to be basically a tackle. There wasn't really a hold, but
I know we had debating officials at the end of that. I think that was a touchdown. Either way, now it's 1st and 10 at the 29. Black on the quick screen. And Black twisted down near the 22-yard line. Griffin and Floor combined on the stop.
Yeah, you said Floor's name yet again. He's had a terrific game here today. He's been sideline to sideline. They've blitzed him. He's played a great all-around football game.
Toss play, Higdon. Higdon able to break 1 tackle and a second. And he's close to the first down. He's going to be about a yard shy. Although that spot came in awfully good. We'll see. It is a first down. Got an excellent spot, and it's a first down at the 19. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters here in Ann Arbor. The Michigan Wolverines enjoying the 6-point lead, looking for more when we start the 4th. He started the year with back-to-back 100-yard games, 90 yards rushing today, but Ty Isaac getting a little attention on the bench from the athletic training staff as we start this 4th quarter of play. Michigan up by 6, 19 to 13 as we start the 4th quarter. Spate off play action for the end zone, a little too far for Eddie McDoom, who just popped open late.
And with the play action, you know, they're playing man coverage, but they're playing it off. So they're not really at the line of scrimmage where you're seeing like bump and run. So inside the red zone, when you're playing this type of coverage, it kind of negates the speed unless you run crossing routes. Then you can run away from your coverage.
2nd down and 10. Karan Higdon with the carry. And again, Marquise Griffin into the backfield at 3rd and 10 now. If you're Michigan and you're in the red zone again, what do you do now?
It's a huge 3rd down. They've got to be able, obviously you have to be able to convert, but you're going to have to go to your passing game. You have to protect. The biggest thing, you got Griffin coming off the corner again. You've got to see that. You can't let him come clean.
3rd down for Michigan.
Bunch to the top side.
And a timeout taken by Michigan.
Charge timeout.
We'll step aside as well. Big 3rd down for Jim Harbaugh's crew when we return. 14:24 to go. 3rd and 10 for the Wolverines.
Watch Perry in the slot. He's got the better quickness. And your man below down here with the safety in the middle. So watch Black.
Pressure coming. Spate looking for Black. A little too far. And it's 4th down. And again, the red zone proves to be a fruitless endeavor as far as touchdowns go for Michigan.
Yeah, but good coverage down there. And again, it's our guy Griffin. Griffin's had himself a terrific game, hasn't he? He has played exceptionally well. And this defense for Air Force has played with great discipline. They do not beat themselves.
Chance to tie a single game school record with this field goal try here. Nordin's kick up, and it is good. Quinn Nordin has now tied the Michigan record. It is 5 field goals for Nordin. And Michigan's lead stretches to 9, 22-13. So Michigan with that 9-point advantage. And Ty Isaac's been oh so close today, man.
Yeah, well, he's approaching 100. He should be well over it. He should be over 150. You saw he stepped out of bounds on that first one. And on the second one, he got the flag on Crawford. And so Isaac now is nursing a little bit of an injury, but he's been the workhorse all game long for this running game. And really, they haven't been able to get much of a passing game generated. And they've taken some shots, but in the end, it's just been Michigan run game and Ty Isaac.
Now, Air Force down 2 scores now, 22-13, a 9-point differential in this one. Still time, but 14-15 to go. You figure Air Force, with the way they run their offense, isn't going to have more than 2 or 3 possessions.
Yeah, but then when they get the chance, they have to be able to take it. And so you have to get at least, you have to get a field goal on one of them, and then you have to work for 7 for the other one. So can it be done? Yeah, absolutely can be done. But their defense is going to have to come through for them in the interim.
Folks kick off. McVay at the 3. And McVay buried at the 15. Troy Calhoun said again, if Michigan just had their defense and special teams, they'd be a bowl team. Well, their defense and special teams right now are the reason they're winning this game 22-13.
Absolutely. I don't think they've gotten past out to the 20-yard line all game long whenever where Air Force has returned a kick.
So now buried again deep in their own end at the 15-yard line. An Air Force offense that has 161 total yards, 64 coming on the one long touchdown pass. Not an easy task for Arion Workman.
Well, they had 91 yards rushing at the half, and now they have 94, or 97 rather.
Workman just going to tuck it, try to bowl over Devin Bush. Not always an easy task, but he gets 5.
Well, Bush makes a tackle, but it's a +5. You'll take that every time.
Mike Thiessen, the offensive coordinator for Air Force, he told us about the kind of runner Worthman is. He said he's a good runner, but the best thing he does is his leadership. We know he's going to get us in the right play, and he audibled into that play there to pick up 5. Toss to McVay with blockers. A flag comes in as McVay is tripped up just shy of the 24 by Devin Bush.
That was at the feet of Winovich. I think he drew the guy blocking him.
No, Air Force is clapping.
Holding. Defense, number 15. 10-yard penalty added on to the end of the run. First down.
That's why I didn't finish the sentence.
You knew Winovich was there.
Quite sure. Yeah, so Winovich is going to get blocked, and so he's figuring, hey, if I'm going down, you're going down.
J.C. Rast went down.
Rast went down like a big old Rast.
What is a big old Rast?
I don't know, but it sounded right. I think if you put big ol' in front of anything,
it sounds good.
It sounds right, yeah.
A big old first down for that's the other word.
Hey.
Worthman on the pitch to McVay, and McVay pounded out by Mike McCray.
That's a good hit. McVay expected it. He tried to get more, going turn his shoulders. And McCray, boom.
The fake to McVay. Worthman, pressure coming. Almost intercepted by Khalid Hudson.
That play was so well designed. He had somebody down the right sideline wide open. He was able to check out the field, but then Winovich was able to get some pressure late on it. But had he been able to get a better throw on this thing, it wasn't even close. I mean, Hudson should have made the pick, but down the right sideline, he had somebody who might still be running.
Worthman is 1 for 5 for 64 yards, now 3rd and 7. McVay,
Got a chance.
has the first down.
Great hit by Bush. Great hit by Bush. You're right, Kevin. He just barely got it, but Devin Bush, man, this kid is running full bore. Look at him come inside out, doesn't break stride. That's a nice job. McCray right there. Bush does a nice job. Good team defense.
And a whistle and a timeout taken by Michigan. Wolverines have 1 timeout remaining. We'll step aside as well. 12-14 to go in a 9-point game. Wonderful day in Ann Arbor. Still shorts weather here in Michigan. It is a balmy one as we make our way back inside Michigan Stadium. A good ball game, 22-13. Michigan leading. First down for Air Force at their 44-yard line.
They have to get points out of this drive.
Short side again for Worthman and nowhere to go.
That's completely on Winovich. Winovich did a phenomenal job. He ends up making a tackle, but he did a phenomenal job with the blocker and throwing him in the backfield, and threw him basically at the quarterback. Winovich has had himself a nice game again here today. A couple sacks, I believe, 1 for sure, I remember. But he's a high-effort guy, great motor.
That timeout was called from the sideline by defensive coordinator Don Brown.
Oh, he was hot.
Toss play to McVay. He's got the corner. And McVay with a first down and more. Finally brought down at the Michigan 32. Noah Furbush among several that were there, but Tim McVay with a burst to the edge. What about this blocking?
That's the whole key. See the top side, they just did an excellent job of securing the edge. And then McVay he just doesn't stop. Not the fastest guy. If he had another step, he might still be going.
And this is Metellus who is down, and Josh Metellus has had a whale of a game today.
They've been him. Yeah, that's been an active day for Metellus, really the entire secondary, and that's basically who they're picking on. They want to get to that second level, and they want to make you have to make them tackles in open field.
McVay with that 27-yard run. He's now got 65 yards on 9 carries today.
He's
averaging over 7 yards per carry.
Yep. Just doesn't stop, just keeps on going. Just give him the ball. He does everything right. You'd want him to be bigger, faster, stronger, all those things, but he's a good football player.
Like seeing this as McVay gets some love from his teammates. Metellus gets a little bit of love from this crowd here in Ann Arbor. He's up and making his way to the Michigan sideline. Little twist of the left foot as he got caught underneath that pile. This will be the first snap for Air Force in Michigan territory in this second half, and it comes at the 32. Need points out of this drive if you're the Falcons.
Absolutely.
Toss play.
Same thing.
Cleveland. And Cleveland gets pounded by Jamarick Woods.
Devin Bush right there also. But, Kev, they're securing the edge. They're securing the edge and getting to the corner right away. It's really a nice job. It looks like it might be 86, that Brian Riffett. Riffett has been killing the edge here and allowing them to get some significant runs.
9th play of the drive, 2nd down and 1, and it's the big man Parker Wilson stumbling near the 1st down at the 22.
It's going to be close.
Carlo Kemp at the bottom of that pile, got an ankle.
A little short.
So now a really big 3rd down and short for Air Force.
I've talked about before, low man wins. And now here comes assignment football. Same thing. Oh, they loaded up that top right side.
2 for 10 on 3rd down today. Wilson again with the carry, and Wilson met by Bush, but not before he got the 1st down.
They just outnumbered you to the top right side. Yeah, this is a good drive by Air Force. This is the time of the game when Air Force is supposed to be tired.
Worthman gives again to Wilson, and Wilson leans to the 15 in the arms of Mike McCray. Just hammering away. Chip, chip, chip.
Yes, they are.
And now pacing a little bit.
Snap the ball. He didn't get off. That should be 5 yards, and it is.
Jim Harbaugh may have gotten a timeout. He did, and that's the final Michigan timeout.
That's not
There's
good.
no foul on the play. Charge timeout, Michigan. Their 3rd and final timeout.
That's poor game management from the sideline. They're moving people in and out. That's fine, but you got to do it sooner than that. They know it.
See Don Brown with some words for his young defense. Defensive coordinator now out of timeouts is Michigan with 9:26 to go. They've got the lead 22-13. But there's no question this defense is on its heels right now.
Yeah, that Air Force group is well conditioned. That up there in that high altitude they got up there. But more than that, Kev, look, it's a smaller group, it's a well-conditioned group, and it's a disciplined group. And all those things is a recipe for winning.
Pretty impressive show today for Air Force for a team that lost so much from last year. Very successful 10-3 a year ago. Troy Calhoun's got some parts to work with here. He told us as much. He said, I just don't really know what we have yet. We've only played the one game.
He knows now. It's a good group.
From the 15, it's 2nd and 4. Worthman will keep. He's got the 1st down out of bounds at the 10.
Now, Kev, this is a smaller offensive line, right? But I want you to watch the line of scrimmage. Which way is it going? It's going backwards. They are beating Michigan at the line of scrimmage.
Did you expect to say that sentence today?
Especially in the 4th quarter. 9 minutes left to go in this game. They are taking it to Michigan.
1st and goal at the 9. The red zone has not been kind to either team today as far as touchdowns are concerned. Michigan needs a big stop. Worthman. And Worthman hit at the 6, and down there, Khaleke Hudson providing the tackle.
Noah Furbush down there in the middle of that also. Hey, so here's the deal. So they know they can't handle their inside guys, Maurice Hurst. They knew that. They talked about that. So what have they done? They've attacked the edge the whole time. The entire time, and they're making the secondary and the second-level players have to be active tacklers.
2nd down and goal. That's McVay in motion. He gets it on the toss. McVay in some trouble, and McVay is going to lose big yardage. Levert Hill shrugged off the block like it wasn't there and drove him out of bounds.
That's on McVay. He tried to use speed, which he doesn't have, to get to the outside. He should have had a little runner's patience and come back underneath that because his blockers were out in front of him. Instead, he tried to turn the corner, and he couldn't. He can't outrun these guys in his defense. You have to be able to use that runner's patience in your vision, and now you have 3rd and goal.
Loss of 7, and it's 3rd and goal from the 12.
So I'm going play action here. Use the run game to draw them in. and hopefully you get somebody down. Michigan should lock up man because nobody should be able to run away from them. Here's your play action.
Worthman chased by Hurst. Has to throw it away.
Nowhere to go, Kev.
Worthman saving the yardage for the field goal. And on comes the field goal unit.
But the coverage was right there. So you were trying to use the play action to try to gain a little bit of maybe a step or something if they would bite, but they didn't. They stayed on their coverage and sets up this field goal. This turns it into a one-score game.
Strable, 29-yard try. And Strable's kick is no good. He missed it wide to the left, and it stays a two-score game. Troy Calhoun was upset not with the miss, but with the play before. When Arion Worthman went out of bounds, he thought there should have been a roughing the passer call. It didn't come. Still a 9-point game.
That's a pretty good look right there.
Good look there, too. Packed house again here in Ann Arbor. They've seen a good one, although a missed field goal may have taken one of the best chances for Air Force to get back into this one out, as Spate will throw on first down.
Throws it short. Catch is made up the sideline by Peoples-Jones, and Peoples-Jones thrown out of bounds across the 35 as we check in with Rick Pizzo for a T-Mobile studio update.
Kev, Nebraska has taken its first lead of the day over NIU. Tanner Lee's second rushing touchdown. Huskers have scored 17 unanswered. They lead by 3, about 10 minutes to play in Lincoln.
And their defense, much maligned, has not given up a point today after 2 pick sixes accounted for Northern Illinois' points.
Air Force got to find a way to get off the field. As well as they've played, they've got to play their best now.
Here's Isaac on first down, back in there as we check in downstairs with Michelle.
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, as this Michigan team looks to get this pass offense going, we are reminded that it's not all on Wilton Spate. Former All-American wide receiver Braylon Edwards told me you have to shadow Wilton all week. These wide receivers equally are involved, and they need to be pressing Wilton each week in the film room.
Well, that's going to be the challenge as this offense grows all year long. And we mentioned earlier Isaac was being tended to by the athletic training staff on the sidelines, and now they're out on the field with Ty Isaac once again. Cody Moorhead being looked at for Air Force right now.
He looks like he's a cramper. Yeah, I recognize that position. That's a cramp.
You've worked out that cramp before?
Yeah.
So Moorhead will work his way to the sideline. Isaac will do the same. It's been a physical, hard-hitting game on both sides. Michigan flying around, and Air Force is, as you might assume, not going to back away from a fight. They've stayed in there the whole time, battling along with Michigan.
Well, just talking to their coaches, they were really looking forward to this game to see how their team would react and respond in the big house, in a Big Ten team, nationally ranked, to see if they were going to toe the line, and they have acquitted themselves nicely here today.
Yeah, judging by Troy Calhoun's discussion a moment ago that we saw on the sidelines with our officials, I don't think a close loss is going to set any better with Troy Calhoun than it would anybody else.
Hey, they still have time. They've got to be able to get off here. They've got to get into third down and then get off the field.
2nd and 11. Spade to the edge and nowhere for Tariq Black to roam as they try to punch that ball out. Good job by the freshman in hanging on to the football as Air Force tried to rip it away.
Yeah, and they're aware of the clock. It's under 6.5 minutes. So they call the timeout.
Air Force, their first of the half.
So while Air Force uses the timeout, we will as well. Michigan by 9 in Ann Arbor.
We are back in Ann Arbor with some bad news for the Michigan offense. Ty Isaac is receiving attention on the sideline for that lower left ab injury he sustained in the 3rd quarter. Still receiving attention. His return to the game unclear, Kevin.
All right, Michelle, thanks very much. He's been the
bulk of the offense on the ground the first couple of games for Michigan. Third down, pressure coming from Air Force. Spade steps away, and it's dropped at the 47 by Kekoa Crawford. The pressure from Shaquille Vereen, but Spate handled it well in the pocket, Matt.
He handled it exceptionally well. Should have been a completion. Crawford actually tries to come back to the ball, except got to get his hands all the way out. He had it kind of inside out. You just got to pluck that thing.
So it stops the clock on the incompletion with 6:16 to go. And Michigan will punt it back. Well, that missed field goal looming really large right now, the way Air Force's defense is playing.
That's exactly what they needed.
And a punt that'll go out of bounds. Not a great punt from Will Hart. And Air Force is going to have terrific starting field position. They're not going to know what to do. They don't start near the 40 on most possessions today. Let's take a look at our Duluth Training hardest working player, and it's the man whose right leg is going to be a little tired tonight. Quinn Nordine ties a single game school record with 5 made field goals today. He's made 11 now on the year. Quinn Nordine, our Duluth Training hardest working player. Matt's looking at me right now. I'm just going to describe this. I'll go radio for a moment. You're looking at me like you gave that award to a kicker.
You got to be kidding.
I knew that was coming.
Devin Bush has played his rear end off. We got guys. You know what?
That's why we took your vote away 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
I knew, just by the look in your eyes, you're like, Kugler, you're a dope. A kicker. Worthman to throw on first down. Pressure coming. He's in trouble, and he's sacked. Winovich is there. Rashawn Gary is there. Back at the 32, a loss of 8.
Gary's getting up slow. They have tried to stay away from Rashawn Gary all game long. Winovich in on that, another, and that looks like a half for both of those guys, but Gary's one of those guys who just is effortless in his movement.
2nd and 18, toss to McVay. Nobody out in front of McVay except Wolverines. He's down at the 35-yard line. Metellus back out there on the stop, and there's Isaac, who's on his way to the Michigan locker room. Oh, you hate to see that. That young man has battled fumbles at times, injuries throughout his career, and now on his way to the locker room again.
So 3rd and long, Kev. This is in a down that Air Force is not good at. So they've got to be able to use Worthman, maybe roll him a little bit because the pocket has been collapsing. So move the pocket.
Pressure coming, stands in, and he throws it away.
They didn't even account for him at all. Furbush came clean. Devin Bush came clean. You had 2 Bushes off the side. What the heck? You got to be able to account for that. Didn't do it at all. Look, they're coming clean. Nobody's even looking at them.
And Worthman between 2 bushes is dropped.
There's a joke in there someplace, too.
So 4th down on the incompletion. The pressure by Michigan significant. And on the punt is Charlie Scott to Donovan Peoples-Jones, who has 1 punt return for a touchdown already today. Short sky high, though. And Peoples-Jones with the fair catch made near the 27-yard line. So now Michigan with 4:50 remaining and a 9-point lead will just try to churn this one out and get out of here with their 3rd win of the year against a really hard-fighting Air Force squad, as you see Ty Isaac making his way up the tunnel for Michigan. His day would appear to be done.
.450 to go. They're just going to try to run this out. And, of course, Air Force is going to crowd the line of scrimmage and make them run at 9 people.
Higdon tried to pick his way to that outside. He got 3. Garrett Coppola in there to make the stop.
Glid Hill, he and Poggi, both of those guys have been getting some huge hits on linebackers today. And I mean, I'm seeing it. It's not really benefiting them because they haven't been gaining much yardage off those inside plays.
McDoom, the motion man on second down. Higdon the carry. Higdon into the arms of Jack Floor. And when you talk about guys who have had days, Jack Floor, the senior of the state of Washington, is going to be tired tonight because he has worked his tail off out there. What a day he's had. He's had a phenomenal day. And sideline to sideline, inside, outside. He's been in coverage. They've used him on blitzes. He's played an exceptional game. Well, if you're Steve Russ, Air Force's defensive coordinator, who was a Wisconsin native and wanted to be a Badger, ended up going to Air Force. And if you're him right now, you're feeling real good about this young defense moving forward. Yeah, they'll feel even better if he gets off on his third down. Here he comes with some heat. Toss to the sideline. Good throw, good catch. Tariq Black fighting for extra yardage into Air Force territory and down at the 43. This is excellent job of protection.
Number 50, Air Force has to go for one play because of helmet off.
I want you to watch Higdon right down here. So he's got to make a decision. Get one and then two. That is really well done. They had an extra number. He knocked the helmet off and then was able to go in. Watch it. One from Floor and then get right into the other one. That's really well done. Allowed Spate to be able to pick up that first.
How about Karan Higdon with the block? Floor's on the sidelines because he lost his helmet, which looks even cooler when we do it in that slow-mo. Now Spate using that clock. Play clock at 3 when he takes the snap, gives to Higdon. And Karan Higdon to the 40-yard line, and a timeout will be utilized by Air Force. They have one remaining. I believe Air Force used a timeout. Clock is stopped at 2:35 remaining in the fourth. We'll see.
There's the official.
Charge timeout, Air Force. Their second timeout.
We'll step aside for a 30-second timeout as well.
Please reset.
Real tussle between Michigan and Air Force. Wolverines look as if they're going to hang on, but not done yet. It's 2:38 to go, 2nd and 7 at the Air Force 40.
But Kev, still what we talked about at the start of the game, the inconsistency is still here.
And the red zone woes have continued for Michigan today. No offensive touchdowns for the Wolverines. Toss play to Evans. Evans trying to change it as he pops out. There goes the helmet of Floor again.
I just don't think he likes his helmet.
He's losing his head about this game. It's a first down, and Floor will be on the sideline again. We mentioned the red zone, and this is something that was a point of consternation for Michigan fans all week long. 4 red zone possessions today, no touchdowns, 1 out of 10 this year. And Jim Harbaugh will be the first to say that's got to change when they get into conference play. Because that won't cut it. Not against the Big Ten. Evans with a hole. Nice cutback. A flag comes in as Evans is down at the 21-yard line. So 9 if it stands.
So that's going to stop the clock and move it back.
Holding. Offense, number 50. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
It's Michael
Clock will start
Owenu.
on the snap.
It's on that right side of the line that Michelle was talking about earlier, is the side that is the least experienced. I mean, when you've got Mason Cole on the left side, that's kind of an unfair comparison because he's one of the best left tackles in the country. Made his 41st straight start today. But you've got Owenu and Ulizio on the right side, both kind of feeling their oats, along with a new center in Patrick Kugler. Although with a name like Kugler, he's got to be good. Penetration, and Evans is down. There's Grant Ross. And a timeout will be utilized. The final Air Force timeout with 1:53 to play. Will step aside for that 30-second timeout as well. Back in 30. To go. 2nd and 18 for Michigan. Up 22-13.
I see they've got John Runyon. Old John Runyon, who played the NFL for a long time. His son's playing here in that right guard spot where Onwenu was.
Second down and 18 at the 38. Higdon with the carry. And Higdon
good hit.
Dropped again. This time it's Garrett Coppola knifing in. And you know they're going to run.
Yeah.
Filling from that secondary, and Coppola makes a good tackle, but 140 and counting, and Air Force can't stop the clock.
Yeah, and that's going to be all she wrote. But I got to tell you, this Air Force football team is a good football team. It's a good defense. It didn't get worn out. It got stronger as the game went on, had more confidence. They need a passing game. That's what they need.
They've yet to allow a touchdown from an offensive team this year in their 2 games. 3rd and 16 at the 36. Higdon again the carry, and Higdon to the corner. What did I say about an offensive touchdown? Erase that stat. Higdon in to cap it for Michigan.
Kevin, they loaded up the middle on the inside, and his eyes took him to the outside. And a nice block by John Runyon.
And a touchdown for Karan Higdon to put the cherry on top of Michigan's 3rd win of the year. Nordine with the extra point. And the Wolverines lead it by 16, 29-13. Air Force had clogged the middle. Higdon found plenty of room on the outside and used his great speed to get in for the touchdown. Michigan by 16 at home. On the offensive side as Karan Higdon takes it in for 6, 29-13, Michigan by 16.
Yeah, what Higdon has that the rest of this backfield doesn't have is pure speed. And he just used that speed when he saw. His eyes took him to the outside. Inside was clogged. He just bounced it and then turned on the jets.
Through the end zone for the touchback. Air Force with 1:02 to go. Down 29-13 here at Michigan.
I'm impressed with Air Force.
Yep.
I didn't expect any back down in them at that, you know, and they didn't. I did expect them as the game went on because they're physically not as big as this Michigan group, but they didn't. Conditioning was excellent. This is a really well-coached team. You know, when I was watching tape the other day, Kev, the first play I put on, and they ran this one protection, and I looked at it, I was like, wow. Yeah. That's really good coaching. So,
you know, only one of 3 schools in the country that's had just 2 head coaches since 1984. Fisher DeBerry and Troy Calhoun have been the only 2 coaches as Nate Romine is in at quarterback, and his pass deflected by Mike McCray, incomplete.
There's a flag down.
Personal foul, hands in the face. Defense number 4. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Reuben Jones called for the penalty. There's the coaches we were talking about. 3 schools, Air Force, Florida State, and Iowa. The only 3 FBS schools to have just 2 head coaches since 1984. Some remarkable consistency in an era of inconsistency at the head coaching spot.
Well, they hit them right. I mean, look at those names. Those guys all know really good coaches and well-coached teams.
From the 40 on first down, Romine under pressure going to run. And Romine has the first down into Michigan territory. He was a starter before getting injured last year. Nate Romine, probably the little better passing quarterback of the 2. But has been a starter a couple of different times in his Air Force career, the senior out of Upland, California.
Well, they need some throwing here.
At the 48-yard line. Romine over the middle, incomplete at the foot of Ryan Riffett. Clock will stop with 27 seconds to go.
Just looked up and I saw a Big Ten score go through, and it was Northern Illinois up on Nebraska.
In
3 minutes to go.
That will unsettle folks to the west of here. Michigan now up comfortably by 16. Low snap to Romine. That allows some pressure to leak in. Romine back to the middle of the field, and that one is going to be intercepted by Khaleke Hudson. He's had a couple of chances at a pick today. He finally gets his interception to end it as the Michigan defense gets the stop with 19 seconds to go.
Romine just threw up a lollipop. That wasn't it. He just threw it up for anybody. Unfortunately, Hudson was the guy to bring it down.
So Michigan is going to hang on after a real battle today with the Air Force Academy. The only turnover of the day for Air Force comes at that moment, which is not particularly significant when you consider the score. And the knee is taken by Wilton Spate, and that will be that. Plenty to talk about, though, if you're Coach Harbaugh and his offense going forward after this one as Big Ten play begins next week for Michigan.
Well, they'll talk about the inconsistency, but really, this inconsistency lies in the details, Kevin. And so, yes, is it a young team? Yes, it's a young team. And are they prone to inconsistent play? Yes, they are. But the defense is clearly ahead of the offense. And having said that, you can hear a collective sigh of relief knowing they're not going to be playing any option teams soon. So they're happy about that. But this offense, they're a tick off. They still have a lot of work to do.
They got a real challenge today from the Air Force Academy, but Air Force falls a little bit short of this one, 29-13. And a lot of congratulations on both sides as this game comes to a close.